I want to talk about stickers for practice. All right, so on the table here, there are burnt in spots where the 6-ball is. I'm going to use that burned in spot as my placement for the 6. I'm going to use that burned in spot as the placement for the cue. This is for my control shots, okay? When I say control shot, what I mean is, let's treat this like an experiment. The control is, there is no sticker. So I'm going to shoot several of these shots to show, and the purpose being to draw back to within a ball of the rail. This is a standard draw drill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do several shots here as a control to show that I can draw fairly easily to that rail, right? Then I'm going to show you 2 different types of stickers and what that does to that draw. So I'm kind of calibrating my stroke here with these first shots, and also showing that this is not a problem. It's easy to do, and that it's a consistent shot. Okay, and then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to put down the 2 types of stickers one at a time, and I'm going to show with the same stroke, from the same positions. Oops. Yeah, that's why I need to calibrate the stroke. And by the way, I'm not going to cut this and edit it, because otherwise the haters will believe that I'm manipulating the video. That's a little much. And I'm going to clean the cue ball off periodically with that cloth you saw me using, so that we're not subject to as many skids and things like that. But you can see here, pretty consistently getting back to the rail, with the exception of the one outlier shot where I was talking when I shot. Still hitting it too hard. And it's actually okay that I'm hitting it a little bit too hard. The point here is to show what the effect of the paper spot is. You can see I'm getting pretty consistent draw. Okay, pretty much within a ball's width. Of that side rail. And if I have a tendency, it's to overhit it. God, that was bad. So just bear with me for a few minutes while I make sure I have my speeds down. Keep my stroke consistent. I haven't actually warmed up at all, so this is all cold. So yes, I am doing some weird stuff with my stroke occasionally. That's way too hard. Definitely not awake yet. By the way, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, so. My speed is definitely a little off this morning. There we go, that's what I want to see. I'm gonna wipe that cue off. So what I'm trying to achieve with this is to make sure that my stroke is consistent, my speed's consistent, because I'm going to be testing. In a perfect world, I would have a machine that applied the exact perfect force every time. But we don't really have that, do we? So I'm just trying to get my stroke and my speed to be a consistent stroke and speed, so that when I show what happens with the donuts versus what happens with a non-donut type of sticker, we get a good result. Time to wipe that cue ball off again. These are the stickers we're going to be testing with. we've got a pretty consistent speed and stroke now. So now let's do, immediately, go to the donuts. See how dead that was? Same speed, same tip placement. What's happening is that the lip of the donut is actually opposing the tip of the cube, causing it to cancel out some of the English. Okay? Now let's take the donuts off. And let's replace them with these stickers. Now the only difference between these stickers and the donuts is that the center is not punched out. There's no hole in the center of it. That is the only difference. They're both made out of the same material. They're both they're the same thing. The only difference is we don't have that center hole in it. So you can see by not having the hole in the center of it, now we don't have that opposing force on the spin. So it's much, that was a bad shot. It's much better, or much more consistently giving the result you expect to see if you didn't have any sticker at all. Okay, green stickers, very little, the full sticker, doesn't matter whether it's green or not, but the full sticker with no center punched out seems to react exactly the way I'd expect. Just for the sake of argument, let's put our donuts back and let's do it again. Same way we just did with the stickers, with the full stickers. Let's go back and do our donuts again, just to double check. Get that off so we can't say that we skidded. Again, about half the distance that I was getting with the full spot. Yeah, I hit down on that. wearing the front flip of the sticker off now. Can I get it to go back to the rail? Yes. But if I'm practicing and the purpose is to get back to the rail, then to do this, I have to put much more extreme English on it and hit it a lot harder. And now I'm actually training the wrong speed for the shot without the spots. So to me, it's kind of a no-brainer. Having tested this and seen it, it was a good stroke. So having tested and seen this, especially at longer shots, so let's look at a long shot. Let's see, got a spot. Where can I put this? Let's do a longer one. Let's put the cue ball or the 6 ball right there. And put the cue ball right there. Okay. And now this time, I'm just going to go for maximum draw. I'm going to draw as much as I can off this shot. Power draw, hard draw. And we're going to do the same test. We're going to do it with each, without stickers. We're going to do it with stickers. And we're going to do it with the donuts. So this is no sticker. And you can't see it, which may be a problem. It's at the, let me zoom that out a little. Well, you can see we drew out of the picture. I'm almost up at the, I want to adjust that though. It's up, okay, so I drew out a frame. Let's just say that. Let's put the cue ball back. Put my object ball back. Let's do it again. Now obviously this is, I'm doing a maximum controlled stroke. And again, I'm able to draw out of frame. Now, I'll tell you where it's landing. It's landing at a half a diamond against the rail. So it's landing here on that end of the table. But I don't think it's showing up in, I think we're actually drawing out of where this camera will see, and I don't want to adjust the camera. And again, all the way up the table, not quite as far that time, hit it a little bit softer. Now let's put the donut on. There's the donut. Oh, where can this? Oh. Donut there like you would in practice. Let's get these donuts out of the way so we're not confused. Donut, donut. Same stroke. You can see that would not have made it, that would have made it maybe 3/4 of the distance of the other one. I'm not wearing my glasses either, so there may be some slight variance in where I hit the 6 ball. Trying to get it as straight as possible. Same shot. 2 diamonds less distance. Let's do it again. Better, still about 2 diamonds. Last one was 2.5, this one's 2 diamonds from where it was landing. Let's do one more with the donut. That's a bad hit, let's go ahead and do it again. Well, it wasn't a bad hit. It was a bad stroke. That one was on me. Ooh, really got a hold of that one. But I'm still 1.5 diamonds from where I was with the other one. So you can see I'm seeing reduced draw effects from the donuts. Now let's replace the donuts with stickers that don't have holes in the center of them. Yeah, let's use purple this time. Okay. Stickers without a hole in the center. And just like we did with the donuts, let's clean the cue ball so we don't have any, so we can't say that we hit a chalk hit or we skidded or anything like that. All right, here we go. A little stroked up instead of down. That one's on me again. Wow, I am hitting these bad. Kind of looks like the donut there, doesn't it? Can't count that one. So that bounced off the end rail. That went the full table. Bounced off the end rail down at the bottom. Yes, I missed the shot, but that's not what we're testing. Like I said, don't have my glasses on, so. My accuracy isn't the question though. The question is the draw. Made it to the head string, so a diamond and a half away from where I was landing without a sticker. It's going to go a little bit past the head string. Nope, stopped on the head string, so diamond and a half again. So I am seeing degraded English from these stickers as well. That's going to go to the top of the table. Bounces off the head rail and comes up quarter of a diamond. Of course, me missing the ball gives it a different angle, which gives it different momentum and everything else. So, can't win count those. And again to the head string. Those are literally stopping on the head string. Kind of crazy that it's stopping exactly in the same place every time, but seeing how I'm trying to give it a consistent stroke, kind of makes sense. Okay, so it seems like the full stickers are affecting just as much as the donuts are here. But either one of them is, they're both reducing the amount of spin that I'm getting on the cue ball. We'll go back and do the donuts again. Just for the sake of argument, can't say I. So as usual, my dog has decided that since I'm playing with the pool balls, she should play with her tennis ball. So you may hear her running around. I mean, that was as good a stroke as I've had yet. Aim was a bit off. Okay, so you can see that the donuts are consistently taking about half of the spin off of this. I've only had one off the donut where I was able to generate a stroke that would get it back up close to where I was without the donut. So my contention here is that it's better to practice without markers, but if you have to put markers under the ball to make sure you have a consistent shot, donuts may not be the best choice. And again, just for the sake of argument, let's take the donut away and do it without any. Same shot, same speed, same draw, same everything. Not great. That was bad. Pulled up the cue right when I hit it. Not the greatest hit. Still 25% further 20% further than with the donut. And as good as my best hit with the donuts. The donuts were consistently short, the shortest of all of them. The markers were next, and the going without, of course, was the furthest. So when you're practicing, if you can practice a shot without putting markers down, you're going to get the true speed that you need to practice at. It's the true speed of the shot. Especially with draw, and I use draw for this example because draw is affected the most by the stickers. Especially with the donut, because of the lip in the front. Basically, when you're pushing the ball forward, you're having to push it over that lip, and that lip is going to naturally cancel out some of the draw. See, they're fighting each other and it comes out without the draw. So very, very, very specifically testing this with draw because it shows the difference the most. I would suggest that if you're having to train a shot, that you train it at as close to the speed as the real table has. Try it yourself. Try it with donuts, try it with ones that don't have a hole in the center. They're only $2 for like 1,000 of these, so, or $3 for 2,500, I think was the price of those. Try it yourself. Find the type of paper spot or the type of table marker that affects you the least and comes out the most consistently the way that you play without a spot. Get as close to that as you can when you practice.